Well, that's dirty work. Somebody has to do it. Dang. My name's Jeff. Welcome to the YouTube channel. So I'm working on a 2020 Charger that Dave and our guy Ryan did cam and heads on. Had some problems with the heads. And this is a Brian Tooley cam. Nick Edvos built. As you can see, this black line here is my first hit on the dyno. We only made 310 horse. Not optimal, obviously. You can see that it has some stuff going on, and you can see the next run, the dark blue, it got a little better, well, a lot better as far as horsepower, but still has a dip. Then the darker green here is our next run. You see it got better yet. And then if you go up here to the the light green and then the dark green, and then the final run that I've done so far is this baby blue. You can see how I got that big dip out of it. And it ends up making a 430 horse. So we started at 310. We're at 431.4, which is a gain of 38.8% over the first run. Now, mind you, the first run was, I did street tune it so that it was within reason. Also, you can see, if you look down here, I got the fueling, and you can see I'm slowly leaning this thing out. It started off, it was down into, it was like 10.8, 10.7 at the end of the run. Now we're in the 11.5 area, and I don't want to be, and this is an NA car, so we don't want to be that rich. Dodges tend to be that way when we switch them over off the Neuron network over to using the map VE table. They end up being really rich, so we slowly pull that fuel out. So hopefully this next run we're going to see ourselves in the 12.5 area. Maybe even, I'm okay with 12.2, 12.3 because these guys beat on these cars. So I'll set the camera up, let you guys see it run. The first run is going to be to warm the oil up. I did put a flash into tune, took some fuel out of it. And then the corresponding run after that will be the last run I do on it, as long as everything goes good. And that should make, with warm oil, should make a little more than the first run I'm going to do. All right, you just seen that run. It went pretty smooth. That was my preliminary warm up the oil run. I'm gonna go in here, we'll check out, we'll see what it did together. I'm pretty sure it picked up a couple from yesterday, but I did lean it out some more, like I said. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of some of these. We're just gonna see the last two because that's where I want to see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so I was trying to get this dip out right here. I don't know if I can, I've never done it, but I bet I can highlight it. So what I was working on is, you see there's this dip that was still here. Not as bad. If you go back to here, you can see the dip real bad. Well, that was with the factory cam. They had a whole bunch of timing out of there. Well, we don't need to do that now. So I've been slowly working that. And you can see where I add this timing at. Actually, it picked up all the way up. Ends up at 52, 52. Measuring that ends up the same. But after that, it picked up some more. I mean, we're at 436. I think it shows 437. So our total gain now on this particular one is we're up 40% from the original number. And I forgot to turn on the O2 for that run. So that the bad news is, it shows, if you look down here, it just shows 9.0. So I don't know what it did. We're gonna turn it on now though. So it'll be on for the next run. Now the oil's warm. I'm gonna take a look at this 5400 area right here and see if there's something I could do there, because you see it starts climbing real hard after that. Not real hard, but it picks up pretty decent amount right after that mark there. And I'm just wondering from here at 5,000 to here at 5,500 if there's a reason why I didn't gain anything there. And I leaned out all the fueling from right down. I literally, you can see that's most of this gain. There's no timing other than in this area. The rest of this whole gain here is all from me leaning it out some. It was super fat. You see the last run, it was at the end of the run. I think by the time we got off the gas, by the time I got out of it, we were 11.5. Like it was a boosted combo, and it's not. So, all right, I'm going to stop this video, and I'll put it back on the next run. All right, so now I'm going to just, this time, instead of you guys being in the room with me, watching the car from there, this time I'm going to just let you watch the computer screen, and I'm going to go in and get the car started up, and we'll get ready to make a rip. All right, so definitely not a big game, but now we're talking warmer oil. You can see here where it was down a little bit from the last one. Let me take and do this. We still got this spot here where they crossed that it's a little lower, but that's okay. But now, what's this right here? 437. I mean, we're 440 horse NA on this Charger, and it's got a factory air box. And we are now, see, this is where things got a whole lot. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to lean it out some more. I'm going to do one more run. I wasn't going to do it. We can see here at about 12.8, it is freaking happy. And the reason I say that, you can see it's where this kind of comes up. And then as it goes down here, the AFRs drop here to 12.5, 12.3. You can see that we start losing the gap here. And now, is it bad? No. I just think that from roughly, we're going to say about 5,600 out here to 6,300, we need to just take a little more fuel out of it. And now you can see we have a really nice and flat fuel curve here. Other than that in there where it drops. I'll get you guys in a little closer because it's hard to see. So this is the fueling down here, and it does this when I stomp it. So I'll go in here and make that look a little better so it doesn't have that in there. So I've been just starting the runs here, so I'll trim before. Bam, I did something wrong. Nope, I got to trim down here. Where's that? Right there. Trim before. Now they're starting at the same spot, and you see a highlight line. So you look at the fuel here. The fueling starts at about 12.6, 12.7, and it stays about the same throughout the whole run until right here from 5,500 out here to 6,300. You can see that it kind of drops. Let me get it better here. You see where the fueling starts from here. It just starts dropping, gets a little richer. I usually do that a little bit by design as it gets higher in RPM, but I'm going to take just a little bit out of it. We don't need to be in the 11s on this NA. And it'll pick up from this spot up here where you see my cursor's at. It'll pick this line here will stay up a little higher throughout the whole run. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one more run. I'm gonna clean that up. I'm really, really, really happy with this. You couldn't ask for much more. I mean, 440 horse NA. This has got factory air box. Really isn't nothing special. Nick's cam is putting in work, really. 90% of what's going on here. This got factory heads. When I said we did heads on it, the old heads are bad. So it's got a factory head on it still. Just new. And yeah, I'm super impressed. Love it. I'm gonna go take some fuel out of from here, and we're gonna let it cool down real quick, and then I'll start a new run. All right, this is gonna be the last pull. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it in here for you guys to watch the computer again. I'll go get the car started, get it going. All right. Well, it didn't make any more up top, but I do notice it might have been a timing thing. I mean, the power is pretty flat. I'm going to take and get rid of some of these other ones. It's hard because this pink one is like so broad. It's like, so we're actually down on the last one up until here. I leaned it out up there. Now, keep in mind it has been a little heat soaked. Oh, it didn't really the fueling stayed about the same. All right. Well, it is going to be a little more heat soaked now because I've done several runs on it. Get rid of that. There we go. Now we got a more defined line. So fueling didn't really change much. It's still, I mean, it changed, but not enough to even count it. It's a 0.01 difference. Lost a little. Right here is where I leaned it out, and obviously it matches. Down low here, though, it lost some. But like I said, it's very related to, I have intake air temp and engine coolant temp offset. So as it gets warmer, it's going to pull a little timing. That's fine. It's a safety thing. These guys get out beating on these cars. Super happy, though. I mean, to the last couple runs, I mean, we got a 436, a 440, 437, 431. Like these last four runs, I mean, they're right there together. Small changes. We're still up 40% on the last three runs, 40, 41, and 40.5. So, I mean, all in all, awesome car, Dodge Charger. I'm not a Dodge Charger fan. Bullseye. But this thing has been pretty cool. Hey, all right, so I'm now done with the Charger. They just went and did a test drive, drove great. Says it at 60 mile an hour, if you punch it, it'll go to 100 really fast. So that's all set. Now what I'm working on is Dave's over working on the front of the car. You can see that I've already started drilling some of the holes in the K-member. I did this side already a week or so ago. And see all the green lines? I'm cutting all the excess metal off. Obviously, Team Z already makes an amazing K-member. It really is stout. It works good. Now it comes with D-hooks. We didn't even have these before. So that's awesome. We don't have an engine that bolts to it. So I cut off one of the bolt holes at the bottom. We use titanium bolts. I'll drill holes here. Actually, we use these holes when we're strapping our car usually. We didn't use these. We would actually, after these holes are here, we would actually just hook there. Worked out good for us. So what you're going to see me do, I'm going to put a time lapse up, is I'm going to cut all the stuff that you see in green. I'm going to finish drilling these last couple holes. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes to drill. And then, yeah. And then eventually you'll see that we'll cut the K-member here and here. And this is the old one. You can see the speed holes that I did. we'll put a 2-bolt flange so that if we need to take the oil pan off, we can take the oil pan off while it's in the car without removing everything. So I'm just gonna set it up and let you guys watch while I modify this. Well, that's dirty work. Somebody has to do it. Dang. I'm going for giggles. Gonna scoop up all the metal that I cut off, stick it in a cup, and see if we can't measure the weight savings. Like I said, we do these for tow hooks, so I cut those on purpose. The old ones, you can see all the modifications we did. Starts off as a beautiful Team Z, already great the way it is, but we got to save every ounce we can. We got a street car and it's heavy. All right, we'll see what it weighs. So Dave, I just got done cleaning up the old K-member from Team Z and getting it the speed holes drilled, and our tow hooks is what I call them now because that's kind of what it ended up being down there. And
well, this one weighs 0 pounds.
Oh, you must have hit something.
So that's 0 pounds for this one. Looks like it weighs 14.7.
Yep, that's what it showed me when I first put it on there. It's hard to get that to fit on there. We are missing one of the tabs that we cut off, but whatever. Half pound, quarter pound, whatever. And this one here.
About the same.
Oh, it looks like it's about a pound light. Close to a pound light. Especially after that piece we're missing. So maybe they both work chromoly because we weren't sure. Yeah, that's minus 1.1.
Yeah, I'm not really.
So we're minus a pound from the old one. But the old one, we had the 2-bolt flanges and the bolts. So we're probably going to be real close to the same, which I guess this one also has these tow hooks on it that the other one didn't have.
Tie-on hook.
And then just to show everybody, I couldn't get exact weight. If we grab, re-zero that out, you got to re-zero it out first. That is pretty much the stuff that I cut off of it, which is just over a pound of extras that we didn't need. And I'm never going to get it exactly, never going to get exactly perfect because I'm not going to clean up all the stuff off the floor. But we got to put coating back on all this. So that's kind of offsets that. But you might laugh, say that was a lot of work for 1 pound. And you wouldn't be wrong that it was a lot of work for 1 pound. But the part you are missing is that every pound counts when it comes to racing. So that's why I took the time to do this one. And another thing I noticed on the new Team Z K-member is they got some extra bracing. This is our old one here. And if you look at our lower mounts here, how they're just flat tabs, now they got an extra brake in it here, a little more rigidity it looks like. There's something else I noticed. I already talked about the D-rings. They look a little more stout, like they've made some changes. This is some stuff too. I rounded all these edges on this one. I haven't came in and did all that on there. Don't know if I'm gonna. It's one of those things that it is a little bit, but some stuff ain't worth it. All right, we'll go back on time lapse for Dave. All right, Dave, I see you're over here drilling a hole in the pipe that you just made. And I take it that's for the K-member to come through, like the other side?
Correct.
And I see this, is this the other one here, the little dot?
Yes.
You marked them from underneath, I take it?
Yep.
What in the heck are you doing over here?
Trying to get my stuff to come out. Hey, this new bit that I got, pretty neat.
Yeah? You're doing stuff.
Come on. Work smarter, not harder.
Ooh wee, we got shiny pipe now. Looks like you're working on getting the sleeves lined up with the holes there.
Mm-hmm. Trying. Might be off just a smidge.
That happens. Have to crawl underneath and look up at it again.
Yeah, I had them all in a second ago and went and polished the pipe. And now it acts like it's too far over.
Perfection is not easy. Cool part is once you get all this to drop in.
No, I don't like it. We're gonna change stuff. No biggie.
That one looks like it's through pretty
Oh,
straight.
dude, that one's dropped straight through, no problem. Look at that.
Cool part is you make a small adjustment on the other one, you tack the tops of them, and then pretty much there we're there. I said for me it's cool. It's like once these are in, the K member could go in. Technically, I can bolt it in, and we can cut it and put our bolt flanges in. I'm thinking, man. Me and you've talked about it a little bit. We're talking about moving the holes for our rack. I think we just leave them where they're at this time.
Yeah.
It's about what we come up with. That's about a ½ inch lower than it usually would be. The reason we moved them up is to help with bump steer, but you can put spacers in anyways. And it got it off the ground a little farther. You know, the top bar, Dave's gonna work on tomorrow. More or less, it's not that it's gonna be a hard bar to do. He's gotta clean all that up first.
Yeah, gotta get the old bar out.
Old bar off, which is the harder part of it. Building the new bar probably won't be too bad. All right, Dave. Obviously, the second ago you were working on getting those. God, that looks good, dude.
Yeah, I did.
You're never gonna see any of that. That's the bad part.
I did. All
right, what do we got going here? You checking?
Yeah, I'm just checking out the bars and stuff. So that's.
So this bar on SI is 2.4.
Yes, we're on a -2.4.
So you're just trying to make them match, right?
Yeah, I just really just wanted to match at the end of the day, make sure everything's running right. I got everything marked. What's this? Somewhere in there.
You got to be on the center of the bar, right, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, look, pretty much.
Somewhere in there. I can make it be whatever I want. There, 2.40, 2.45.
Yeah, it's between the
2.4.
3.5 and 4.5.
Somewhere there. I'll try to look at that level and make sure it's running straight, you know, but.
Yep, I got you. But either way, they look like they're pretty close.
They're pretty much
That all looks pretty good.
there.
Fitment in here looks good. Don't mind the wiring, guys. It's all out of the way right now. That side looks good. So we are in good shape.
I'm gonna grab my sharpener real quick and sharpen my tungsten up.
Yeah,
Get
pretty
the
much.
sleeves tacked in, pull the tube out, weld the sleeves, and then while I weld the sleeves, I'm gonna slap some paint down in that frame rail.
Yeah, because here in a minute.
Once the tube goes in, you're not painting under it.
Well, the cool thing is once the two upper bars are in, we could technically tack the top of the shock tower to the, we could just put extensions and then cut the rest of the side plates out, box in the rest of the, no, we got to build the two arms. We got to figure out, or one, depending on what we're going to do. This is something for us to think about over the weekend. We're not sure. Oh, the weekend's over. We're using, okay, so the last car, we brought our bars, 2 bars down like this, like you see the arc there. This time we're thinking about doing a hoop with the cap in it and a single bar down. We haven't decided yet. It's going to be hard to do that. Like one big thing we want to do is keep the factory shock tower cap. We want to keep it in the factory location. So finding the right way to do it that feels good about it, to make us feel, that's what we're trying to figure out. All right, well, we'll get back in a minute.
No, it just moved a little bit. And I wanted to make sure it was in the right spot.
So why do you keep the wand down there after you do your tacks?
To cool the weld, keep oxygen from getting into the weld, essentially.
So you want to keep the shielding gas on it, is what you're saying?
Yes, that is correct.
I hear it's got a pulse flow. I can hear that it keeps flowing after you let off the trigger.
That is correct.
Now, see, recently you switched from a foot trigger to a thumb trigger.
Way easier. Took some getting used to. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, well, after all the years of using the foot part, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, foot pedal for 7-8 years. I've been foot pedaling and I ain't never used a finger.
I haven't used a finger.
It took a hot second to not go into the puddle.
I haven't used it yet. I'm sure next time I use it, I'm sure I'm gonna be lost.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
I actually can TIG. And I was actually getting decent at it, but we just decided there was no reason to have, like, if I got to jump in and tack something, there's no big deal. But Dave became really good at TIGging.
Look, brother, I've seen your tacks, and you're getting a grinder for Christmas.
Yeah, no, my butt. I actually tacked up a bunch of stuff on Chris Mary's stuff because Dave was too busy. They turned out good. Couldn't even tell.
Found everything back out.
Yeah, he did. Sure. All right, well, he's going to pull this out and weld this up, and we'll probably be calling it a day here soon. Oh, that's like a thing of beauty. Painted. Bolts are about to drop through. Tink. Tink. Waiting for the tink.
I have to drill it. I had to do that yesterday too.
After you welded it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of extraness.
But good.
Oh, he's got a hand drill. Thought he was taking it all back apart.
The bolt fell right through earlier.
Yeah, well, a burr, and you know, when you weld them, they tend to shrink up some.
Well, the one I was having problems with the whole time anyway.
Yay! Tell you what, let's oh, you still got tacked in there, huh? Once he gets that tacked in there for the grand finale for day, I'm gonna throw a couple nuts on the K-member. And the final grand finale for today is a modified DK member. I still got to cut the tabs off of the frame because we don't use the 2 bolts down there. We only use 1. In our situation, the motor doesn't bolt to it. The K member is literally there to hold the lower A-arms. That's pretty much it in the steering rack. These horns that you see here will be cut off after we're done at the length we need them. The K member lines back up. I've already did all the trimming on the K member to get rid of all the extra fat. Tomorrow, I'll work on cutting the K-member here, and Dave will weld in some flanges so that we can remove the center section of the K-member for accessing the oil pan. We keep the factory. We didn't do stiletto or a Pro Mod style rat. We like to keep the steering geometry what it is. The only reason we'd want to upgrade actually is for the oil pan, to be able to change the oil pan so that we have a bigger sump. Dave kicked butt today. I can't wait to see this thing back rolling here. It won't be long, man. Any final words today, Dave?
Wayne's World, party time, excellent.
You heard it. It's not quite party time yet, but it will be soon. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Dave, are we?
Going home? Yes.
Okay, we're going to go home.